We're looking at homework from section 2.1. This is question number 1. What are some benefits of representing datasets using frequency distributions? What are some benefits of using graphs of frequency distributions? So, for the first question, what are some benefits of representing datasets using frequency distributions? The choices are: it's easier to determine the minimum and maximum values of a dataset when it has been arranged into a frequency distribution. Organizing the data into a frequency distribution makes it possible to graph quantitative data. And organizing the data into a frequency distribution can make patterns within the data more evident. So, we're going to ask ourselves some questions. Does it help you find the maximum and minimum? And the answer is no, because you actually have to find the maximum and minimum to build the frequency distribution. So the distribution itself doesn't help you find the max and min. Does it make it possible to graph quantitative data? And the answer is no. It does graph quantitative data, but we can graph quantitative data in other ways without a frequency distribution. Does it help you see patterns in the data? And the answer is yes. You can see where the largest and smallest groupings of data occur, which gives you an indication of what's happening with your data. So the correct answer here is choice C. For the second question, what are some benefits of using graphs of frequency distributions? We have some choices. It can be easier to identify patterns of a dataset by looking at the graph of a frequency distribution. Graphing a frequency distribution makes it possible to determine the relative frequencies of each of the classes. It can be easier to determine the class boundaries by looking at a graph of the frequency distribution. And lastly, graphing a frequency distribution makes it possible to find the total number of observations. So again, let's ask ourselves some questions. Does graphing help you find relative frequencies? And the answer is no. You need the distribution to find the relative frequencies, not the graph. Does it make it possible to determine the class boundaries? And again, the answer is no, because you need the class boundaries to draw the graph. Does it help you find the total number of observations? And the answer is no. You need the total number of observations to build the graph. So that means that our answer here is going to be A. It can be easier to identify patterns of a dataset by looking at a graph of the frequency distribution. And that's your answer.